Hey everyone, this is Shelby Larson, and I have been promising to record a small snippet from my keynote that really covers that game-changing information about the power of intention and Google's algorithmic requirements around it. It's been super fun having a keynote that impacts so strongly every aspect of digital, and it's the number one thing that we think people need to really get their minds around. So without getting into it too much farther, we'll just jump right in. So as you know, we're going to be talking a lot about Google, all of our frenemy. And Google goes through a lot of algorithm changes. But the reason why Google does algorithm changes, as frustrating as that can be for those of us that live and promote our businesses in Google, is they're really just trying to provide their searchers, their customers, with the best possible content, the answers to the questions they're asking, etc. And I'm not going to cover all of the prominent Google algorithms changes and what they mean. I do in my presentation, but I'm not going to in this snippet. I'm really going to focus on Hummingbird. And that's because the truth is Hummingbird is the digital future. Now, even though Hummingbird's an algorithm change, I don't even like to think of it as an algorithm change, because the truth is, this is the first time since 2001 that Google rebuilt its entire search algorithm. And it's all about intention and conversational search. And I'm going to show you why that's so game-changing. So really, you can think of Hummingbird as Google search and any other algorithm that pops up as under that Hummingbird umbrella. It's common for people to compare Google to an engine. So following that analogy, Hummingbird would be the engine and all of the other algorithm changes would be parts of that engine. Now I'm going to play a 3-minute video for you here in a second, and the reason I'm playing a video is because there are aspects of the Hummingbird algorithm that's turned on in verbal search that's not yet turned on in text-based search. But we've been watching this trend for the last 3 years, and it's definitely getting more and more integrated into text-based search. And when it's fully integrated, not understanding how to optimize and understand the intention is going to be a critical concern for anybody who's trying to market online. So without further ado, let me go ahead and play this video and then we'll discuss what we watch.
So, all right, let's start with these kind of wonky sometimes. So let's hope this works out. We'll start with something really easy and really known. Barack Obama.
According to Wikipedia, Barack Hussein Obama.
Okay, so I started with something really easy and really known. But how I send the signal back to Google that they got it right is to engage in a couple of the Barack Obama websites that come up, because that sends the signal, okay, I was able to disseminate what she was looking for and put it in front of her. So let's try a fresh search. Does he have any children?
Barack Obama's children are Natasha Obama.
So family of Barack Obama, right? So theoretically, in theory now, Google should understand that any question I ask, whether I have proper modifiers on it or not, I'm asking with the intention to understand that question about the first family. So let's see if this will work. Does he have a dog?
According to the Telegraph, the White House announced...
Here's Bo, the first dog, yay! So even though I said, does he have a dog, they knew that what I was really asking was, does Barack Obama have a dog? Does he have a wife?
His spouse is Michelle Obama since 1992.
Right? So it's answering my questions. Now let's go even more obscure. Right now this is all about his family, and this may or may not work. I'm just warning you. Let's find out. Does he play any sports? Oh, it does know what sports did Barack Obama play. So you see how this is so powerful. So for me to continue this demonstration, let's actually pull up another incognito browser, because we want this to not be influenced. And now this is really interesting because I happen to know, okay, let's see if I can spell Barack Obama's name. I happen to know that Hummingbird's starting to work a little bit, because when I do who is his wife, it will say things differently. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, fresh search. Ready? Fresh search. Does he have any children? Question mark. And this is just, does Hitler have children? I'm really going to refrain from making a funny political joke about that. Lil Wayne's kids, does she or have it? It's literally just trying to figure out these words. Does he have any children? Okay, well, how about, does he have a wife? Usually I can get the wife to populate somewhere. Oh, but only if I do it right after Barack Obama. That's interesting. Now I have found if I do Barack Obama followed by does he have a wife, she will come up like third or fourth result. So it's starting to change.
So those of you who are familiar with how Google search works, hopefully this was a little bit of a mind melter for you, because what Google is actually doing in this case is not just chaining the words in a search together to understand the intention of what you're trying to find, but actually chaining the searcher's searches together to figure out the intention. So think about it. If you're in a weight loss industry, Google knows all the search terms and questions and inquiries that people looking for weight loss solutions are typing in. So now, based on certain questions that they ask, Google knows the type of thing they're looking for. Now, here's another example I like to really do. Can I buy wine near me? Which is the one non-drinker doing this search, right? Can I buy wine near me? And it brings up places that I can buy wine. And I did a fresh verbal search, and all I asked was, which is the best? And it brought up wine review sites. I redid this video recently for universities, because we're now in an environment where you can't use anything political as an example without setting fires. And I'm an equal opportunity jokester, but the environment's not right for it. So I did it on universities, and I showed the searches for universities, and it was a game changer as well, and what they're looking for. And this is where I usually bring into my presentation a joke about Skynet. And it is a joke, but I mean, come on, it starts to feel a little AI-ish, right? Because, what are you going to do when you go to your analytics and you say, why did I make $5,000 off which is the best? Like, you can't optimize around that, because you don't understand what searches got chained together to make Google understand the intention. So you have to learn to find that intention. I have a fabulous example for you next. So one of my favorite examples I like to use is actually in the dental market, right? So around dental implants. So if you're a dentist who does dental implants, you want a lot of dental implant clients because it's higher revenue for you, and your lead acquisition pool expands because people are willing to drive a lot farther to get a dental implant than they are to just for regular dental work, right? So I'll go into any city, I'll see how many dentists are optimizing the map results that they do dental implants. And in this case in San Jose, it was 27. And I happen to know that that's a $30 to $60 keyword, depending on what city it's optimized for. And the number one question that people who are absolutely have their credit card ready are going to get a dental implant, the number one question they have centers around how much do dental implants cost, because their insurance doesn't cover it, or it doesn't cover much of it, right? Second question, how much will it hurt? How much pain will I be in? Third question, how long will I be without my teeth, right? And these are the exact same people that are absolutely going to buy a dental implant. Yet, when I go into the number one question, I will be lucky, and I showcase this one, even though it's an old example, from San Jose, because I was so excited. One dentist actually was optimized for that, and I have a whole portion of my keynote that shows why and what he did. But usually it's feeder sites, people selling leads, dentists, 1-800-DENTIST, that kind of thing. And when I was in giving this presentation in Underground in October of 2016, my business partner said, Shelby, you look at this. It says you've been doing this since 2014. Everybody's going to think your material's outdated. You need to do a fresher search. I said, okay, let's go into Colorado. Denver, we figured out there's 42 dentists and clinics that in October 2016 and that would do dental implants. And then we pulled up the number one search term. Okay, the first one that came up was an ad for San Jose, because Google remembered that I searched for this in San Jose. Second one on page one was a feeder site. Third one was a feeder site. These are the paid ads, right? Top of the page. Go down farther. Oh, look, this metago.com site that sells nothing takes up a huge portion of the real estate. Feeder site, article with ads, feeder site. Continue down the page. Google will tell you on page one how to get dental implants in Tijuana, Mexico, before any of the 47 dentists that are optimized in Denver that will do dental implants, and that's one of their most high value services, right? Ridiculous. This is the power of not understanding intention, or understanding intention, how that's game changing. generic questions about how to buy, how much dental implants cost is a $3 to $6 keyword. So that one dentist, first of all, got page 1 listings for the same term that people are paying $30 to $60 a click for. And if he happens to be running ads on that, he's getting it for $3 to $6 a click, right? On top of that, his quality score is maxed out because he's answering all the questions. I mean, you should have seen he just had an ugly FAQ page with the exact questions that people ask in Google and answered them. It was brilliant. We have another client who's also a maverick, and he hired us, and is really, you can obviously tell when we came on board, right? And as the rankings went up. But what I really love, I had to blur these out because he's in a really high level, industry. These are big corporations, but you can see these are keywords that actually matter for his sales. Not in the top 50, not in the top 50, not in the top 50, a few stragglers. And my client was number 1 and 2 for most of them. But the thing that's exciting about that is that that was before we ever did anything offsite. That was literally researching, finding the intention, and structuring content on the site appropriately in a way that had Google say, finally, someone gets the intention behind the searchers. Your ideal buyers ask all these questions, you're answering all of them, you're optimized for it, therefore have number 1 listings, or PS drive traffic for a fraction of the cost of what your competitors are doing on those really competitive keywords, right? Now, this is a really exciting thing, but I have to tell you, the truth is digital marketing isn't easy. It's just not. I mean, you can get tactics that work. People know how to drive traffic, but putting the whole thing together, driving the appropriate leads to the appropriate offers, getting them all to convert, it's not easy. And Google algorithms actually are up there with rocket science, right? So when people say it's not rocket science, I think, well, it kind of is, but that's okay. Google refers to this as winning the micro moments. And I actually got an opportunity to interview Google recently. We have a special connection there because of the results that we get. And we talked about my process of how we find intention and do the connection with the content. And they showed me a case study where they had someone do that in a tile company, and they saw 300% revenue increase in the first 30 days, which is amazing. But the point is, when you understand the power of intention, and this is just talking about ranking factors, right? It goes so much. I mean, obviously we showed you how you can improve your organic rankings, but the truth is it boosts your overall quality score. So then things like your PPC costs go down, everything goes up. And what I'm not even going into in here of how this is so powerful is the fact that once you understand the intention, you create your ad copy differently. You create your landing page verbiage differently. You create lead magnets and segment your list based on intention, so that when you send out an email promo, instead of just sending one blast out to everybody, you can modify it slightly and send it out to the segments of your list, meeting the intention that they actually care about, right? If I'm a weight loss company, I'm going to speak to postpartum moms or men with type 2 diabetes or women over 40 very differently. They all want to lose weight. They all want the same end result, but for very different reasons. And so this is the power of intention. This is what we do. And I always like to end with, remember, Google's why is way more important than yours or your clients. Understanding how what Google thinks the intention is and optimizing everything on that is a huge, huge win in all aspects of your digital marketing. In fact, it even extends into intention behind copy you would do in offline direct mailing too. So anyway, I hope that was useful. Reach out to me if I could be of any help to you in understanding this or answer any questions. And I hope you guys have a fabulous week.